Episode 7. Why the Rich Don't Work for Money. The Power of Learning to Earn. Chapter 1. Here's a question to kick things off. Why do most people wake up every day, head to work, and trade their time for money over and over again until they retire or die? And why do the rich play a completely different game? The truth is, the rich don't work for money. That might sound strange or even arrogant, but it's a core concept in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In this episode, we're going to explore what that actually means and why it might be the biggest shift you can make in your mindset if you want to build lasting wealth. Stay with us, because this idea could change everything. Chapter 2. When Robert Kiyosaki was a young boy, he asked his rich dad how to become wealthy. Rich Dad responded by giving him a job, working for just 10 cents an hour. It was a setup, a lesson in disguise. Robert quickly became frustrated. The work felt boring. The pay was terrible. And finally, he complained. That's when Rich Dad dropped the truth bomb. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. In that moment, Robert realized he was being trained not to chase a paycheck, but to learn how money actually works. Chapter 3. Most people are stuck in the rat race. You earn money. You spend money. You work harder. You get promoted. You earn more. You spend more. But the cycle never ends. Rich Dad didn't want Robert to think like an employee. He wanted him to think like an entrepreneur and investor. Someone who builds systems, acquires assets, and understands that money is just a tool, not the goal. Here's something to think about. If your income stops when you stop working, do you really have freedom? Chapter 4. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that their job is their only source of security. But as we've seen, especially in the last few years, jobs come and go. Economies crash. Industries evolve. Technology replaces workers. That's why Rich Dad believed in working to learn, not just earn. Learn about money. Learn about business. Learn how to sell. Learn how to invest. Each skill becomes a building block. And the more skills you have, the more you're in control of your future. Chapter 5. So, how do you break free from the rat race? Step 1 is awareness. Ask yourself, am I trading time for money, or am I building something bigger? Step 2 is education. Read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts. Surround yourself with people who think differently about money. Step 3 is action. Start small. Build a side hustle. Buy a small investment. Create something once that can earn you money over time. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now. Chapter 6. Let's go back to Robert's story. After quitting the low-paying job Rich Dad gave him, Robert was offered an opportunity to run a comic book library out of the back room of the store. He didn't get paid hourly. He earned based on performance. This taught him a powerful lesson. Wealth is created not by working harder, but by thinking smarter. The rich don't rely on job security. They create financial security by owning things, real estate, businesses, intellectual property. They control their time, their income, and their future. Chapter 7. Let me ask you, what's one skill you could learn this year that would increase your income without increasing your working hours? Is it sales, marketing, public speaking, writing, investing? Every skill you build becomes an asset. It increases your value, not just to employers, but to the world. Most schools teach us to be obedient workers, but Rich Dad teaches us to be lifelong learners. And the best learners eventually become leaders. Chapter 8. Here's a challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, commit to learning one new thing about money or business every day. It could be watching a YouTube video about investing, reading a chapter of a finance book, or listening to a podcast about entrepreneurship. Track what you learn. See what excites you. Start building your knowledge bank. Because knowledge, when applied, becomes power. And power gives you options. Chapter 9. Before we wrap up, remember this. Working for money keeps you trapped, but working to learn sets you free. Don't just chase promotions or bigger salaries. Chase growth. Chase understanding. Chase the ability to control your financial destiny. Most people will never escape the paycheck-to-paycheck life because they never stop to question it. You're already ahead of the game because you're here learning to think differently. Closing in episode 8, we'll dive into one of the most dangerous myths out there, that your house is your biggest asset. Rich Dad has a very different take on this. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss what could be the biggest financial wake-up call of your life. This is Success Library, where we simplify the wealth game for a new generation. See you in the next episode.